Hello there. This is Michelle Holang. I'm the Real Sparkle Diva, and welcome to the 40th episode of the Sparkle Experience Show. And I'm so happy to be here. Where our topic today is one that I thought would be quite interesting because it's about thoughts. Did you ever realize the thoughts you have, the words you use, can have an impact on your energy level and also on your your health. So just wondering if you can put in the chat if you're there, whether or not you think that thoughts can have an impact on your health and also on your energy level. Because this is something that, many people do not realize it has such a significant impact. So there are studies that have been completed, and these by the Mayo Clinic. And what's interesting is that in one of the studies that the Mayo Clinic did, it says that, if you can stop your negative self-talk, you can reduce your stress. And what they cite are positive benefits of being able to do so. Some of them are to increase your lifespan. Imagine that by being more positive, using positive words with yourself, and just really talking to yourself. When you talk to yourself, do you realize that the self-talk that is happening in your mind all the time? I wasn't aware of my self-talk many years ago. And my mother used to tell me that I needed to control my thoughts. And I thought, well, I know what I'm thinking, but it really wasn't that way. It was just the self-talk are those things that are going around in your head that you don't necessarily verbalize. It's just things that are running through your head and you may not be thinking you're paying attention to it, but what is really evident is that even though you're not paying attention to it, these words can flavor how you feel about things, how you look at things, how you make your decisions, how you evaluate and judge yourself and others. And if you're not aware of these thoughts, what can happen is you start going down this spiral where you're feeling worse and worse. And you have no idea why, but it's because of these thoughts that are running rampant through your brain because you're not even necessarily conscious about them. Some of these thoughts could be logical. They could be based on reason that, you're thinking about something and they're running through. Some of these thoughts could actually be programs that you got as a child when especially if you hear these things like it's someone nattering at you like, oh, you shouldn't do that, or maybe it's not a good idea, or if you do that, this is not going to look good. And so it's these thoughts that are running through that it could be a program. It could be something that when you were a child, you took it in without realizing you took in somebody else's thoughts about you or judgments about you. And they're running through your mind as you're facing life in front of you, and you're not paying attention because you're not really verbalizing these thoughts. So they're going around, running around, and I like to think of them as they're running around like little gremlins in your head, and you're not paying attention, but they're creating havoc because they're affecting your energy. They're affecting how you're actually feeling. And if you don't realize that, it's time, would you not think, to start paying attention? Because there are also other ones which are misconceptions. It's things that you have a lack of information. You may not, it might be about your expectations and someone isn't meeting up and then you're judging, and then it's preconceived ideas you don't even realize you have. And they're all going around, and you're not really thinking they're mattering to you, but they are because they're nattering at you. And so what can you do about this? Because as I said before, what the Mayo Clinic said is that thinking positively has benefits, increasing your lifespan. I like that one. Younger with age is what I've always said. lowering your levels of distress and pain. Like if you're thinking positive, actually, your body will have more of an ability to feel above the pain, deal and handle with the pain. Because if you're energized or you're thinking more positive, your body, you have more energy at your disposal. Then it also increases you have a greater resistance to bacteria and germs out there. Why? Again, because your energy level is higher. It can give you better cardio health because you're not, when you're ever noticed when you're feeling stressed or concerned about something or worried about something that you have this tightening in your chest? Have you ever noticed that? It gets kind of constricted and heavy. So imagine if your body, for all of these things you do, your body has to find the energy to do that. So if you're not having to, your body isn't having to constrict and take that energy to tighten up somewhere or pay attention somewhere, and you just are relaxed, then it opens up that energy. It makes it available for your body to use it in a different way. And then, of course, you're not so, uptight, and then you're not going to have that added stress on your heart. So no wonder they say it's going to reduce your risk of heart attack and stroke and those kinds of issues. They say it reduces the risk of death from cancer. Again, why? Because once you have that energy, you have that ability to fight off things more and to actually heal. It says it reduces, they said also it reduces the risk of death from respiratory conditions. Again, why? Because your body just has that built-in energy, that ability to heal itself. And also, if you follow that, the reduced risk of death from infectious diseases. When you are able to use your energy and utilize your energy at its fullest and keep yourself positive, what that allows your body to do is it helps you to raise your vital energy. And if you get hold of a homeopathic textbook, The Patient, Not the Cure, or The Science of Homeopathy, for example, that's all about energy medicine. It's about energy and how your body uses energy. The vital force is that level of energy where you are keeping your vibration higher than that of the disease rate. And so when you're able to do that, it allows you to stay above all of that. And then you have a better ability to cope with your issues that you're having going on in your life, any hardships and times that you're dealing with, because it is just that ability to move forward and take control of what is going on in your energy field. So what else did they say out there? Well, the Mayo Clinic also said that in another study, that actually it wasn't the Mayo Clinic, it was a John Hopkins study where experts found that you are a third less likely to have a heart attack or other cardiovascular event happening within your 5 to 25 years if you are more positive in your thinking. Imagine that. So it's really all about when you can keep your thoughts positive and you can think about and be more aware about the words that you're using, you will have more energy to do everything that you have in your life. And if you're finding that you are feeling tired or depleted, what if I can, I'd like to offer you a few things you can do to bring yourself up, which is first off to decide, choose to be self-aware, more self-aware, to really tune into yourself and see how you're feeling. If you're not used to doing that, to check in on yourself, at least in the morning, and then periodically during the day, especially if you start to feel off center, not grounded and not happy with something around you, or not feeling actually good, where you're feeling all of a sudden you're like that tired, or feeling, you know, concerned or worried about something, then check in with yourself and just notice and see could be causing you to feel that way. The second one is to really choose the words you use with yourself. And when you start to notice the self-talk, you may find that what you were telling yourself, or hearing in your quietness of your mind, what you were telling yourself wasn't very positive. And you may start to think about how you can look at it and start to question what it is you were actually telling yourself. So the second thing you can do is, when you do that, is you can choose to look at what you were saying and turn it around, to reframe what it is you were saying to yourself into a more positive thing, such as, that is too difficult to, wait a second, if I cut it into chunks, it won't be that difficult. Or if I approach it a different way, it will be easier. Or if I look at that perspective, look at it from a different perspective, it will be, it will seem more reasonable what just happened. And choosing to look at things from a more positive light, instead of from, a more judgmental view, to step back a bit and to look at it and try and see it from a different perspective. And then the third thing that I would like to suggest, and this came up to around, the ability to keep yourself having a longer life. They found that in another study, they found that when people are more positive, they live actually a lot longer life. And this was a study that was on in a Life magazine, and it just said that if you are able to open yourself up to humor and look at things more positively, you can actually increase your lifespan by double. Imagine that, double. So the moral of the whole story is, if you can reframe and start your day from a positive perspective, not go back into the habitual waking up with all the worries on your shoulder. Imagine if you could just do something slightly different in the morning and step into your day feeling positive. And how do you do that? Meditation is a really good tool to take a few minutes, even 5 to 10 minutes in the morning, to just think about what it is you want. Think about how it would feel if you had what it is you want, and really try and feel it. And then realize that everything exists all at the same time. If you think about the quantum space of all realities being present at the same time, if you can really feel into that and get your energy up before you step out of bed, instead of grabbing for the phone and checking for your emails and all of that stuff, which is what I used to do, and I don't do that anymore. So if you are able to do that and step out into your day, you may find that it makes a checking in easier, because then you're able to perceptually notice when you're not feeling as good as when you stepped out of bed, because you're feeling so good as you stepped out of bed, thinking of and imagining and feeling what it would be like when you had your dreams coming true. And then from there, moving into your day, checking in, reframing, refocusing on what it is you want, and just doing this rinse and repeat. Simple step. A very small step. It's not that it sounds easy, right? But it's not that simple.
Okay, yes.
Because when we live our lives and we're used to living our lives in a certain way, there are patterns that and habits that we have that are hard to break. And being able to stop and tune into oneself is not an easy thing, because when we're going, and we have the stresses of the day going, it really is not an easy thing to just say, wait a second, do I really want to be doing this? Because we're in a role, we're in our habitual way of living our life. And so it takes discipline to be able to permit and allow yourself to stop for a second and just observe. And then from there, to make a decision as to whether you want to be there or not. And when I say that, in other episodes of the Sparkle Experience show, I've gone a little bit more into that in panel, especially in the panel discussions we've had on the show, where I mentioned that, as human beings, we are emotional beings. We have love, we have emotions. We feel sad, we feel happy, we feel bad, we feel angry, we feel justified in feeling certain ways, and we feel happy and grateful when things good things happen. And because we're human, when things happen that we feel are not right or weren't very nice, we've learned, as well, I should speak for myself. When I was younger, I had the feeling that it was my right and my I was justified in getting very angry and carrying on for hours and hours about being angry, just because I felt righteous in that being angry. I felt justified, and that everybody else and anybody else would feel the way I was feeling, and it was okay to be angry and to let everybody know, and to really express displeasure, hurt, or sadness, or whatever the case is. But then, as life went on, and as I've learned more and more things about how to get what it is that is important to us coming more in flow, and you've all heard it probably, the law of attraction. And more recently, there's, what is more evolved is knowing that we're all energy. Everything is energy and vibration. It's not just about attracting, it's about actually getting to yourself through this positive thinking, through this positivity, uh, if you want to put it this way, as a mission to become more and more positive. When you do that and you get your vital force raising, because you are being true to being more and more positive, you've made a decision to be more and more positive the best you can each and every day, trying to get yourself moving up that scale of positivity where more and more of the day you're being positive, which I've spoken about on other episodes of this podcast as well, is that once you start to do that, your vibration, your body's vibration is going to elevate. You'll start vibrating at a different frequency, because everything is frequency and vibration. Everything has a frequency and a vibration. Everything, the water we have, the the art that we see on the walls, people, when we're angry, we vibrate at a different frequency. When we're sick, we vibrate at a lower frequency. When we're angry, we might feel, you know, very, very, very vibrating, but that's a different vibration again, right? It's all different energies, but it's all a vibration, and different vibrations show up when we have different emotions. So when your energy starts to move up because you're joyful, you're grateful, you're inviting and welcoming blessings, you're doing things that make you feel good and make others feel good and happy as well, then you become a magnet for people who are looking for a happy vibration, for something feeling good, because people like higher vibrations without knowing it. You know, if you walk into a room and you sometimes you're drawn to a person, are you, if you think about it, were you drawn to the person because they were angry, or were you drawn to the person because they felt so charismatic, they had an energy about them that just made you want to go up and say hello, because it felt that they were just so happy and joyful, and it would be so nice to know them because you just felt this energy emanating from them. That's a vibration that I'm talking about, is that elevation where you're feeling so good, everybody else feels good all around you. And so that is the power of words and of thoughts. And words and thoughts can make you ill as well, because here's the thing. If you are thinking or you're feeling you had things happening, you're not able to release the energy of the vibration of whatever it is that got you feeling bad or sad, or unhappy and stressed, and you don't have a way to release that energy that's negative, it's negative energy, then that energy can actually start to build up within your body. And when that happens, then it translates into it can translate into physical symptoms. And the Mayo Clinic and other studies out there, actually there's studies out there where they show that there is a correlation between negativity and negative thoughts to physical symptoms. And the Mayo Clinics have some recent has recent studies on that, and you can go on their website, and or you can just Google it and you'll be able to find that they do say that it does have an impact, and it can manifest physically and spiritually as well as emotionally, of course. And with depression and all these things, if you are positive, you're likely not be a person who gets very depressed very easily, right? So all of these things, the thoughts, it all boils down to initially the thoughts that you're allowing yourself to have in your mind, how you look at things, how you are able to reframe and reposition whatever is happening within your life, so that you can be a person that's looking at things from a cup half full instead of from a cup half empty. That there's always hope, there's always a way to get above and beyond what it is you're dealing with. And it's about finding supportive people out there who can bring you up, bring your energy up, give you a pep talk if you need it, give you some ideas to look at things in a different way. And really, it boils down to finding that energy within yourself to elevate your energy and make up your mind as to where you want to go, not just in your life, but with your health, with your relationships, with your business, with your work, with everything that you do. Because what I like to say to people is you are the chief executive officer of yourself, of your life. Even if you're not a CEO of a business, you are that of you, because your body is an amazing, amazing vehicle of allowing you to be who you are. And your body has its own intelligence, because I don't know about you, but I do know that for myself, I'm not the one telling my body to, when I'm happy, to let my heart beat with joy and feel good and send all the happy chemicals all over my body. I'm not the one telling my heart when I'm frightened to beat hard and get myself, all ready to run a mile a minute. It's not me that's telling my body that. It's something within me, my nervous, my uh sympathetic nervous system, autonomous nervous system actually, that is out there realizing what it is I need and actually commanding the chemists in my body to manufacture all of those hormones and chemicals and everything that I need to allow my body to get into action and behave in the way and be able to produce and respond in the way that I need to be it to be responding in an instant. And so when I say to my clients, I say, hey, look, you are the CEO of your body, your mind, your heart, and your soul. I really mean it. Because first, though, you have to be able to be the CEO of your mind. And that, my friends, is being able to control those thoughts that are, for some of you, running rampant still through your mind because you didn't have a mom who told you that you need to control your thoughts. You are not in control of your thoughts. At the time when I totally didn't understand that, I had thoughts that were running around in my mind that I wasn't aware of because I wasn't tuned in enough to me. I was thinking about the logical decisions, the problems I was solving in my corporate role, and I wasn't actually tuning in the quiet time to myself to realize that I had thoughts going through my mind that were actually keeping me in a highly stressed frame of mind that I didn't even realize I was stressed out because I wasn't tuned in to realize how tense I was in my body. So hopefully this is making sense. And what I'd like to leave you with tonight is that thoughts, if we allow them to run rampant without controlling or even being aware of what it is going through our minds. And actually, if the second one is, once we're aware of that, if we are not actually questioning the quality of the thoughts that are running through our mind, and we're just taking it for face value as to, oh, it's in my mind and therefore it's right, then you are in for a big surprise, because it could be, the thoughts could be leading you down the wrong track, or not the highest level track. We talk about the high road and the low road. Well, many of the thoughts are, I shouldn't smile at that, but many of the thoughts are just because they're the negative thoughts that lead you down the low road, because you are, if you're unaware, you're especially vulnerable because you haven't ever had your inner child. Many people talk about the inner child. You have not actually brought your inner child, elevated your inner child to realize that, and educated your inner child to realize that you're no longer a child where you probably got some programmed thoughts and habits inside of you, that you are now an adult where you have other resources available to you, that those thoughts that were, you just accepted without thinking, and they're running around in your head right now, they're no longer valid, because you've grown up, you have more resources, you have more intelligence, more abilities, you're stronger, you're faster, you're more resilient, perhaps you have more resources at your disposal. And so that is a key, is to be able to really accept that you are more powerful than you think, in terms of where it is you can go once you start to look at your thoughts. Because here's the other thing: your thoughts that are running around without you knowing what they are, because they're just running around like little gremlins telling you you can't do things, you're not good enough, You'll never get that far because who are you to think you could? Those thoughts are what holds so many of us back. When we're not aware and we don't question, we accept it and we don't really look at it and really challenge those thoughts and go at it in a very, very strategic way. And I say strategic because those thoughts have been with you for many, many, many years, some of you. And if you are not very strategic in how you approach laying those thoughts to rest and getting them out of your mind because they're no longer valid, you will not be able to displace those thoughts and move on to more empowering thoughts that will help you to achieve faster and in more easily and in more flow what it is you wish to achieve. Because you see, the more you get rid of these thoughts that are not valid, that are holding you back, is the more your whole being can actually step into where it is that you are are actually positioned beautifully because of your skills and your expertise and your knowledge that you've built up all these years that you maybe were not acknowledging because of these other little gremlins running around telling you you didn't know anything or you didn't know enough. And when you look at it and you really take a good inventory of where what you have at your disposal, where you've come from, what you've learned, what you've amassed, and all the things that you've created, once you do that, you'll be blown away when you do it strategically because you realize that you know more than what you ever thought you did. You have more skills that you thought were nothing because they came easy to you and maybe you played at it. And so this is the first thing to do, is to make that decision that you would like to and you commit to becoming more self-aware so that you can really take a hard and honest look at those thoughts of yours, the words that pop out of your mouth. And so I have some of those that pop out, the words such as try instead of do, right? Should versus I want to, because the shoulds always, a lot of times, they're what somebody told you that you had to do, and the should comes out of needing to do it for someone else. And instead, look at yourself and say, should I though? Is that the best thing for me? So those things that pop, look at the words you're using as you go about your day and see how they are impacting the results or the decisions. More importantly, the decisions that are showing you the path or or creating the path that you're on in your day. Because everything that we do in our day, a lot of it is a choice. Do this or do that. Go here or go there. Say that or say this. And so once we become more aware of the feeling and the thoughts and what the feelings are that those thoughts created, or the vice versa, they're all good in terms of checking in with oneself. So if there are any questions, you can pop them in the chat, or what I'd like to do is move on to, because I think that's a lot of things that I covered, and hopefully that explains why thoughts are incredibly powerful in affecting or in actually managing your energy level and also getting to a better level of health in your life and influencing how, it hopefully that explains too how it influences you and how you can actually make a path for a more joyful day ahead. So there's no questions in the chat. So what I'm going to do here now is let's go into the sparkle segment of the show. And what I want to do is, what I'd like to do is ask you to think about intentions that you have for yourself, because when I do the sparkle, you can tap into the energy and we'll see, you can ask for a higher level of energy. You can check in and maybe you're tense in, see how tense you are in your shoulders or in your neck. Feel that, and then maybe your intention is to just get more relaxed and release the tension in your body so that you can have a more restful night and enjoy just feeling good all over. And maybe it is that you need some clarity on something in that your decision you're making. All those things are possible with sparkle. So let's just get started. And what I'd like to ask those of you here with me is to feel yourself in your chair, wherever you are, get comfortable. And once you get comfortable, what I'd like you to do is just to close your eyes and move gently around in your seat. Move a little bit, just move so you get into a very, very comfortable position. And then visualize this tube of light above your head, the top of your head, where that's your crown chakra, and allow this stream of energy, silver, glistening gold, maybe a beautiful bluey silver light gel, maybe even coming through, beautifully sparkling down, moving through your top of your head into your body. And all this beautiful energy is going all through and through to every cell in your body, bringing it sparkle energy, bringing it light from the heavens, healing energy. And what I want you to do is take a deep, deep breath slowly through your nostrils, and then breathe in all the goodness, all the blessings, welcoming all the blessings and healing into you. And then as you breathe out everything that's not serving you, and out to go through the window, through the door, through the cord at the bottom of your feet, to your very own special crystal that brings it Mother Earth healing energy, that brings it Mother Earth wisdom, pardon me, that brings it the wisdom of the ages, and grounds and centering energy. And then as that is purified, allow that energy to come back up and join the circuit of heavenly energy already circulating. Then as you do that, breathe out, breathe in all the goodness, all the blessings. And what I'd also like to do is set an intention that it will come to you easily to watch your words and the thoughts you have, for that to become clearer to you, to help you to discern when it is you need to focus on what's going on through your mind, to bring your awareness to help yourself to become more positive in your day, throughout your day, so that you can start to increase your positivity. Breathe in all the goodness, all the blessings, all the miracles from the heavens. Allow it to go and wherever it needs to go throughout your body. Feel that energy, allow it in. And then allow whatever is not serving you to leave through the window, through the door, through the cord at the bottom of your feet to your very own special crystal, where it gets cleansed and purified with Mother Earth healing energy, blessing it with grounding and centering and all the wisdom of the ages before it gets purified and brought back up to join this heavenly energy already moving through your body. Just breathe in all the goodness, all the blessings. Feel that energy, allow it in to bring you more energy in your day. So it's just a short sparkle session tonight. I'm really happy that you've joined me tonight. Thank you so much for coming on to the Sparkle Experience Show. And I hope that you got some nuggets of wisdom. I spoke about things in a different way again tonight. Hopefully, you are able to see more clearly, stay positive, become more aware of how you're speaking to yourself and about the thoughts that are going through your mind. So, with that, I'd like to bid you all farewell tonight. Thank you so much for joining me. And do come on the first Wednesday of the month. I'll be here again with a different topic, with more nuggets of wisdom, and also to add a little sparkle to your day. It's Michelle Holang saying goodbye. Have yourself a really nice night.